What's going on, my good people? This your boy, Life Up the Entertainer, here to bring you some action between Bethune-Cookman and FAMU. Alright? This is going to be an interesting band battle between both of these bands, okay? Do not know what to expect at all, okay? Now, one thing I would say and put in your conscience is that there's no favoritism, you know, and, I'm giving to you raw and uncut for my my opinion. Okay. Now, I will also say I was only able to get halftime footage for both of these bands. Okay. For some strange reason, I was not able to get Bethune-Cookman's performance at the Battle of the Bands. All right. So this is how I feel about that. Okay. I heard that, and I seen something on Facebook when Bethune-Cookman drum majors fumbled the bag. All right, and I think I'll let y'all use that with y'all imagination. Okay, so because of that little blooper, they kind of thinking either we should not hide, should we put it posted or should we hide it? So I'm gonna let y'all use that and do y'all research on that. Okay, disappointing. And this is me personally. I get that y'all don't want to showcase it, but still showcase it because it was a performance. You know, FAMU already got their stuff out there. But if it's a hiccup, it's a hiccup. It happens. It doesn't matter what has happened to this band. You know, everybody has their day. Every giant has their day. Okay? It's called being humbled. That's all I gotta say. It's called being humbled. So I don't care if y'all want to not show the video or not, but I'm just gonna let y'all know that's what it was. So by default, FAMU got that in the Battle of the Bands. Okay, I'm just letting y'all know that now. All right, I even had to look at FAMU footage. I'm just gonna be 100 with you. If you holding footage like that, and I know that Bethune-Cookman is known for putting their footage out directly, that's a shame. So that says a whole lot. Okay? Now, that's not me being petty. That's not me, I just wanted to keep it 100 with y'all. Alright? So, minus all that, I'm not going to count that against Bethune-Cookman in this battle. Okay? So, I'm kind of upset that I couldn't get the Battle of the Bands, but we here now. Alright? So, that's my little rant. I'm sorry, but that's my little rant. Alright, so as far as FAMU versus Bethune-Cookman in this, I'm grading and I'm looking for a lot of things. So we actually going to use the scale from the Battle of the Bands that we were supposed to be grading. Okay, so it gives both of these bands in a particular edge because it gives us more to look at. And then some. Alright, so look to the cards next to me so you know what we'll be grading. We're going to be grading entrance, drum majors, songs, formation, dancers, breakdown, and overall creativity. It's a lot. There's a lot of points they can make up. Alright? And especially in the song category, they can get a max of 10. Alright? In the creativity, they can get a max of 10. It's a possibility. Alright? Now, if they're able to get 5s in all those categories, I would give them a perfect field show rating. They don't have to worry about the bonus. The bonus is just extra incentive. Okay? So, just wanted to throw that out there for y'all to understand and gravitate to. Now, usually I don't usually do drum majors, but because this is the Florida Classic, I wanted to, make it special. This is one of the few adjusted scales that I utilize. I got one for the Bayou Classic as well. So, be looking out for that video next week. But for this week, we're going to use this scale for the Florida Classic. Okay? And I want that to be the staple for this battle. Alright? So, again, ladies and gentlemen, there's no favoritism at all. I'm expecting a lot from both of these bands. Bethune-Cookman, they can put on a great field show. FAMU can put on a great field show. So I really do not know what to expect, but I'm hoping, hoping that I can get what I need to get out of all this. Now, Bethune-Cookman, for some strange reason, their media team's been on one. They have not really had any true footage of them. Okay, so I had to pull from 3 different resources from 3 different people to get this full field show, okay, the way I need to. So this first field show that we're going to be looking at, we're going to be looking for the sound and overall presentation. Hopefully we can get a good close-up on the dancers. And then the second footage is us looking at the field show directly, making sure that the lines and everything is correct, you know. And then the third one, we're going to be looking at our top view for the Tron, on the Tron, as far as what they had spelled, etc. So if they did something like, they put something like a diss or something on the field, we're going to be grading that as well, okay? So it definitely varies on what they got going on, okay? So that's why I had to use 3. FAMU, I didn't have to worry about that. We're not going with the proper ROTC version or 100. You know, I'm just going with a random person's video just to make it fair. But it's at a good angle, so I don't have to really worry about adjusting anything. So it makes it fair for the audience. You get what I'm saying? Even though I'm doing 3 angles for Bethune-Cookman, that's all I can really get to get what I need to get out of them. So I'm trying to, you know, bridge the gap. So with that being said, we're going to get into the action. Bethune-Cookman's first. We just listen to sound. Can't really critique on the lines as much. If I can see it, I can see it. But if not, we're going to work with it. Let's go. Okay. It's clean. Very clean. There's some minor 8 to 5 issues from what I can see.
Let's go! Let's go, Wildcats!
It's one of those days.
Wildcats! Let's go!
Marching in the formation. It's cool. That was nice. Now, granted, there's going to be an exemption for FAMU. Just want to throw that out there. So this is an exemption for them, so it won't count. Pretty sound. Whew. Very pretty bethune-cookman. That's pretty. Okay. They did a formation at the end. We're gonna get it clarity later on. Can't really tell what this is. Like it says Rattler. Oh man. Oh man, that was a diss. Okay, so let's give it a grade for what we can see for right now. Alright. So creativity, I'm gonna give them a 10. Breakdown, I'm gonna give breakdown a 5. Dancers, I'm gonna give dancers a 5. For FAMU, it's going to be an exemption. Okay, just to give y'all a heads up, because FAMU doesn't have any dancers. Formations, we can't grade that just yet. Songs, I'm gonna give them a 13. Drum majors, I'm gonna give drum majors a 5. Entrance, I'm gonna give that a 5. Alright, so formations is varying because we got to see other footage. Okay, so that's not a bad score at all. You know, I didn't know that they was zoomed in on it. I just was going off of what I could see at the moment. But you know, that was pretty cool. So this is just going to see the formations from the back on angle, but we're going to see what they're going to be looking at, like straight lines. We want to see everything that we can see is if they're out here skating or not. Okay, you can't really tell if it's up close view, but we're going to see from a distance here. But they kicking some butt though. Ain't really worried about sound quality on this. We more so looking for 8 to 5 and step off issues.
Heavyweight champion of all college marching band, the Marching Wildcats.
So far it looks clean.
University, the pride. The fair, unpredictable.
Quality just a tad bit bad too.
From the pantheon of drum majors, the 5 horsemen, the fabulous 5. Florida Classic is showtime.
Alright, we got some minor step off issues. Just very minor. There it is, we got some here. Right here. Right there. Still got some minor step off issues. This is why I like to get this footage because we can see just kind of skating just a tad bit. Some BCU here. We'll see how they look on the trunk. We got some minor 8 to 5 here.
Director of bands, Dr. Donovan B. Wells. Assistant directors, James Gauthier, Pedro Ore, Richard Watson, Nicky Roberts, The Voice, Ken Moore.
Not bad.
Gary Gold, Precision Power, Style and Motion. From the year 1978, LTD, You Fooled Me.
Alright. So we're going to just skip around. We're going to see how the other formations look when they break off into this. Remember, we're looking strictly for 8 to 5 and step off issues. Make sure everything looks clean. This breakdown, we're seeing that. Alright, this is when they break down.
In Florida, the rattlesnake is the most dangerous predator in the entire animal kingdom. Engineered to ambush. When they strike, the story is over. So everybody expects a wildcat. We don't flinch. Comes to us, you are nothing more than
Alright, that's what we need to see. Alright, so we ain't done yet. We got one more footage. We got to get some more clarification. See how this is up close. We're not going to grade the 8-5. We want to look at the Tron. That's what we're looking at. High up view. Yeah. Your boy was looking hard. That's all I got to say. Your boy was really looking hard. Alright. Alright. That BCU looks good. That's some BCU. Your boy had to work extra hard for this, boy. Your boy had to work extra hard, man. Y'all gotta give your boy a like and subscribe for this one. Your boy try to make sure you give it to you raw. Alright, there we go. We can see it. Rattler. There it is. I didn't even see the exclamation point.
At least they didn't shoot us a bird this time.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait. Let's make sure that's it. Oh, a rat.
Whoa!
The fact that they really put a rat on the field is crazy, though.
Whoa!
The fact that they did that was crazy. That is definitely crazy. Alright, so formations, I'm going to give them a 3. Alright? So that's my verdict. So let's see how they did. Okay? Gotta do some calculation here. Was not a perfect field show because of them not marching 8-5 in certain formations. Okay? So that was the only thing holding them back in this field show. Okay? They got a 46. That's a very high score. We're going to see what FAMU is going to capitalize with. But Bethune-Cookman has a 46. Alright? So, I mean, FAMU is going to have to make sure they don't give us a boring field show. And they got to bring that creativity to want to capitalize. Because 10 creative points is ridiculous. Because I remember, you know, look, some fans don't even have that many creative points. So that's a lot to say. Alright? That's a whole lot to say. So, you know, one of my main things is that, you know, yes, I had to go and dig for footage for Bethune-Cookman. But FAMU, this footage right here is pretty much direct. I don't have to worry about me not capturing what I need to see. I can see everything right here. Alright? You know, if it is anything, you know, like I said, I haven't watched it, but you get what I'm saying. For the majority, it looked like it's pretty stationary for everybody to see what they need to see. Alright? Now, before we get into it, I'd like to say, for FAMU, they do not have any dancers. Okay? FAMU does not have any dancers. I think that's a traditional sense for them. So they get an exemption for that. So they get an automatic 5 because of that. Alright? That's an automatic 5. Alright, now Bethune-Cookman had dancers, so they get a 5 for that. Alright, but as far as FAMU doesn't have any dancers. So, But they're going to have to really put in a lot of work to beat a 46 or even get tied. Okay, so I do not know what to expect, but hopefully FAMU bring that heat. All right, so with that being said, I'm going to shut up. We're going to get into the action.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? Now that the summer band camp performance is over, Mr. Junior Home just called and said, "Bethune, you can come home." And now, the moment you've been waiting for, the reason why there is a concert in Orlando.
So check that, FAMU. Pretty sound. Got some minor 8 to 5 slip. Got some minor step off issues here. Yep. Got some minor step off issues there. Gotta work on that 8 to 5, y'all. Some right there. These more so step off issues here. Ooh, we got some people struggling. I do like this, how they did that. That's pretty unique. That's different. Don't worry, we're gonna get a top view. But that's the piano. We'll get a top view. We can clearly see it, but I know that's definitely the piano. You can't truly tell, you know. We'll make sure that we get a high view so we can see what we need to see. Y'all may just kick some ass.
If I say one word and say Kalani, what it means, you know the sound.
Very pretty sound.
I'm John.
Cooking. It's time. Bethune-cookman. Class is now in session.
Really got the energy now.
If you look closely, I think they put it right on the field, right? Excuse me, but
Why? Alrighty. Now, creativity, I'm gonna give them a 9. Breakdown, I'll give them a 5. Formations, we're gonna get it higher up as far as what they what they did, so y'all can see it. But formations, I'm gonna give a 3. Songs, I'm gonna give them a 13. Drum majors, I'm gonna give them a 5. Entrance, I'm gonna give them a 5. The formations is definitely pending, but no, that's the 3. Yeah, it is a 3 because of what they did in that. But we're gonna still see what they look like right there at the top. All right. I want to see what that looks like in high definition. In high definition. There you go. The fact that they put their name on there in cursive was dope. The fact that they did that was dope. Okay. I want to see if I can get paparazzi. Yeah. This is the piano. The fact that they made them play the piano is pretty cool. And then you play Florida A&M. They did that. Like I said, I know we're doing skipping, but we want to get it raw and uncut. Oh, they punching it? That's crazy. They punched the cat. and it's frowning. Wow. And it got the X in the eyes. That's crazy. Hold on. Let me see that they had that in there prior to. I gotta see something. This is why I do this. It don't have circle. It got circle eyes. And then when they punched it, yo, that is frowning. Yo, that's crazy. Oh man. Oh yeah, the creativity's 10. That's just why I gotta look at extra footage. You know what I'm saying? This is why you gotta look at extra footage. Yeah, that was interesting. So yeah, that I gotta give them that. Alright. That was dope. The detail in the cat was crazy. I think a lot of people missed that. The fact that the cat was smiling and it punched him and now it's frowning and he got the X in his eyes. That's crazy. That means they hurt the cat. You get it? That's crazy. Wow. That was interesting from both bands. That's all I gotta say. Very interesting from both bands. I enjoyed both bands. watching them. It was very entertaining to watch it from both bands, okay? So, I'm going to give it to you raw and uncut, all right? Ladies and gentlemen, for me thoroughly looking at both of these bands, they both handle business on the field, so I can't really give it a decisive dub. It's a tie. They both have even scores, okay? Even with me giving extra incentive, they both were evenly matched. I think what would help either band organization was for them to either work on their step-offs or them doing the 8 to 5, okay? And I definitely pointed that out in the field show for both of these bands. They could have gotten the upper hand on either side if they would have had that going on for themselves, okay? Me personally, it's preference, okay? If you prefer Bethune-Cookman or you prefer FAMU, I feel like it's a tie in this field show, okay? They both had something unique. They both did something with animals. It was interesting. Like, they both had a unique way of doing it. But I feel like that's one thing both of these bands were missing in this field show was the 8 to 5. Definitely, the 8 to 5 needed to be there. As far as the songs is concerned, I just felt like, it was strong for both bands. They both have a pen, I enjoyed it. One thing I would say is that there was some spots they can spot check just a little bit. Like with FAMU song, it can be some small cleaner runs in that. For Bethune-Cookman, same thing. So I feel like that could be a sprucing up as well. So, that's just criticism on both ends. But, now I would say this as a neutral stance. One thing I would want for the future, for the next one for me to grade, I would love to see Bethune-Cookman have a fifth quarter with FAMU. I would love to see that happen. Because, it just seemed like, from when I graded it, this kind of seems to be a trend that they're running away from FAMU in the fifth quarter, okay? So, somebody has to say it. So, Bethune-Cookman, make it happen, dog. That's all I got to say. Bethune-Cookman, make it happen. And people want to see it, If you got to add some more to your book, which I know y'all can, just add something to your book and go against FAMU, do it. We want to hear it. People want to hear y'all two go at it. I think that's essential, But if there's other things such as politics behind it, please comment that below, okay? Same thing about the Battle of the Bands they had prior to this. Comment below and see why the media team has not posted their video of Bethune-Cookman, or fans or whatnot, because I want to see small things here, small things. I ain't even seen a full video. I seen a whole video of FAMU. I was like, all right, so where's Bethune-Cookman stuff at? Oh, I was hurt. I was mad. I know I ranted in the beginning, but I was just like, more so like, hey, man, come on, If you messed up, that's okay. But come on, we want to see it. It might not be as bad as you think it is if we could see the full footage. So, that's just me. That's just me personally, But I definitely enjoyed both of these bands. It's a tie. Both bands handle business, And I gave my critique on what they could have done to get an initial edge, but it's a tie, ladies and gentlemen. So, that's my verdict, man. I'm feeling good about it here, y'all. And like I tell you always, deuces.